where the stories collide. David Mathis brings truth as our guide. From every walk of life and point of view, every voice here has wisdom for you. Lessons for life echo loud and clear. Faith and love in every word we hear. Through the struggles, the triumphs, the fight, we find the light. And lessons for life. Santa speaks of joy in the giving hand. A polio survivor find the will to stand. Bold messengers don't shy from being called to share. Each person has a touching tale of care. Lessons for life echo loud and clear. Faith and love in every word we hear. Through the struggles, the triumphs, the fight, we find the light. In lessons for life.
Hi, everyone. It's good to have you once again on our program, Lessons for Life. I've got a special guest tonight who's almost like a blood relative. So I'm going to introduce her right away. Bring her on. Nice hand for Peg Mathis. Hi, Peg.
Good evening.
Do you want to tell everybody that's watching tonight how we're related? If you can. You say it with pride, okay?
I will say with pride that I am the daughter-in-law of Dave Mathis from Lessons for Life. I'm married to Dave's oldest son, Mark. So that's how we know each other.
And it's been a good relationship, hasn't it been, for I don't know how many years. How many years have we known each other?
We've known each other a long time, a lot of years.
A lot. That's right, a lot of years, and I'm a lot of years old. Well, I'd like to start out tonight just so people can get an idea of your heart. I know we're going to talk about loneliness tonight as seniors, and I think you have a favorite verse you want to share with them. Could you share the verse and tell them why?
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite verses, but as I became involved in the nonprofit world, one that stands out to me is Matthew 7:12. And that goes like this. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. So I think in the context of my most recent career, that's been my favorite verse.
I think that's great. In fact, it fits in with tonight's broadcast, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Because we're not only going to talk about what you do, we're going to tell people that are watching how they can help make a senior happy. Does that sound like a good plan?
That's a great plan.
Okay, now maybe we should start a little bit with, I'd like to meet your family. So, by the way, I've already met them. Can you tell us who these people are?
Yeah, see that handsome guy on the left is Mark Mathis. That would be Dave and Di's oldest son. And I am standing next to Mark. And we have two kids, our daughter Kendall, that was her high school graduation, and then our son Connor, the tall guy there with the sunglasses. So a family of four.
I understand that your daughter is now a teacher, just like you were a teacher and then principal and then superintendent of schools.
Yeah, she's in her second year of teaching 7th grade math. So she's carrying on the tradition that her grandparents and parents ahead of her did.
And your son, Connor?
Connor is an electrical engineer. So, yeah, he's working hard in that field.
Now, let's turn on to you. True North is the organization you work for, and this is later in your career. You retired from being a superintendent and then took this. So could you tell us what exactly you do, or you did, because you just retired?
Yeah, I retired from K-12 education. I was a school administrator. At the end of my career, I was a superintendent of schools. And after retirement from that gig, I worked for 3 years at an organization. It's a nonprofit called True North Community Services, located in Fremont, Michigan. And I was the chief program officer, and my role was to kind of oversee all the programs we offer at True North.
Now, I understand that one of the programs you helped direct was a program for senior citizens. Is that correct?
That is correct. As our population ages, we're finding increasing need for programs and services for older adults. And we written some grants, and we really took off. This division at True North has really exploded in the last couple of years.
It just seems that I was put kind of in an odd situation this year. And as we begin to discuss the problem of loneliness, I'd like to relate something to you. I work out every day.
Mhm.
I am now much older, and I realize it. And I was at the club working out, and I've broken a hip or had a hip surgery or whatever you want to call it. And I walk with a cane now. And I was approached by a person that said, they just looked at me and said, "Why don't you just give up?"
Hmm.
That's exactly what they said. Is that typical of seniors? Do they feel that way?
They can definitely feel isolated and a little bit hopeless. Our culture maybe might not value seniors or older adults as much as other cultures do. And you can see it. If you talk to older adults, sometimes they feel invisible.
Wow. I tell you, that's right. I wanted to go hide after somebody said that. Now, another thing I was thinking of, I've been married now for 60 years, and I have a wonderful wife. But I wonder every once in a while, what happens when one of us passes away? I hate to be morbid, but is that a common thought? Is that
That's
the problems you have to handle?
absolutely. We have participants come to our programs who just lost a spouse, who maybe never paid bills, maybe never took care of things around the house, and all of a sudden they're alone. And their family might be living out of state, or they don't have family, and so we find them at True North, just looking for maybe someone to walk alongside them. They're not helpless, they're totally capable, but they just need someone to walk alongside them.
So, what do you do first in those first two problems? Mine, because I want to handle my problems first, okay? Somebody that begins to look down on you because one time you were young and vital and running, and all of a sudden they say to you, why are you doing this? Why don't you just give up? And the other
Well,
one you can handle is the one on sort of not being able to walk quite as fast as I could before.
yeah, I'll address the mobility thing first. The second issue you brought up, mobility is an issue not just for older adults. Mobility can be an issue for most anyone, and so I think our society is working to become more friendly towards people in those situations. But that comment that was made to you, Pastor Dave, that's disheartening, because that's what we're trying to change at True North is just the attitude towards older adults. Um,
How
and
do you do
and
that? How do you do that?
how do you do that? A lot of it is education and value, showing our older adults that they have value. And we do that by, we have a vibrant older adult program, and constantly highlighting what they do, how they contribute. They want to contribute. They don't want to be a burden. So let's give them the opportunity to do so.
And the other one I think I mentioned was death.
For
Do you have to
sure.
handle that too?
We have large groups of older adults that get together to play cards, or they knit, or they go hiking, or they do these things. And one of the unexpected things we experience is what happens when they're all widows or widowers, and then someone in their group passes. And so we have to be ready for that. And so we do work collaboratively with areas Commission on Aging and such to help us with those.
Now, another thing that I've been told as a pastor is that a lot of senior citizens are coming to me because I'm at a TV program and asking how they get online and how they get on Facebook. And do you run across that too?
We do. We do. We actually started weekly tech help sessions, and we'll have older adults come to us with their phone, and they're wondering why this glitch is happening, or why they've got, maybe their messages shows a little number by it, and they don't understand it. So offering tech assistance is huge because it helps give them independence. I use my own mother. She's 94 and she can get on Facebook and be connected to other people. Um, and she does that because people have helped her.
Yeah, and for all of us, like me, even me, that even though I can do it, all our business has to be done with the computer. You just can't do it by calling somebody up. In fact, you can't get anybody if you call them up.
Correct. Yes. So tech help is a huge issue for older adults.
And in just a few minutes, I want to get into how they can, but I'm not quite done yet. I'm thinking in terms of mental illness. I've run across a lot of seniors that I visited in nursing homes that have, quite frankly, gone senile, and they're not the same anymore. Do you handle
Yeah.
that?
Dementia's tough. We don't deal with dementia at True North Community Services. We feel like that's probably more a specialized area. And I'm not trying to be crude, but when you start talking about older adults with dementia, you have flight risk. They could take off. And so that's kind of a program or area where we have people served by another organization.
Do you have many people that use your service, and how much do you charge for it?
Our services for older adults are all free at True North. We have written several grants to fund our programs. So, several grants in regard to aging.
Now, I know you're sort of a larger organization, and that just before I go on and ask you a few more questions, you do other things besides senior help, don't you? Can you just quickly list some of the other services you have?
Yes, we are True North is the largest heat and energy assistance provider in the state. We have a large, robust food pantry. We have a housing division that helps people who are homeless find temporary and permanent housing. So our organization does a lot in a lot of different areas, but the area that's probably been growing the most is the one with older adults. People are just craving some programs and or assistance in those years.
You got a program up there that they put on. What is that program?
I'm sorry?
On a screen,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, running
Yeah.
a picture, and I wonder what these older ladies are doing.
Yeah, they're knitting and crocheting, and they're making things for the area schools. They're making hats for elementary age kids, and they're making hats for babies at the hospital.
Okay, let's talk. How about this one? Drumming all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Is that for
yeah,
that's for
that's new. That's new, and it's been fun. And it's just getting older adults to move, and they love it because you play some jazzy music, and they have a rhythm, and we have a great instructor, and it's just movement. Does wonders for the psyche.
Now we're also on the air, as you probably know from many times I told you. Actually, all over the world, people are tuning in, and not all of them live in Michigan, where you have True North.
Hmm.
And we've had another network which covers all of Ohio, New York, and things like that. So I want you to tell people if they're older and watching, is there any type of organizations they can tie into that can help them?
Yeah, there's across the country. There's organizations called Area Agencies on Aging. Um, those were established. I can't remember which president established those, but those are all over. And locally, I would suggest people get in touch with their area churches. We at True North have partnered with churches because we feel like they may have a gathering room or facilities where they can facilitate this kind of stuff. So would love to see churches engage in that, working with older adults before older adults get to the point where they need to, leave their home or go into assisted living.
I'm going to go to a second what they can do, but I think that's an important point that you just made. Churches, that
Absolutely.
if you're a pastor or a church leader and your church does not have anything for senior citizens, now is the day. Now is the time.
Absolutely.
Peg could tell you exactly that. She urges churches to do things like that and to partner with them. Am I right, Peg?
Even as simple as driving someone to their appointment or driving them to a pharmacy so they can fill their prescription. You would not believe the number of older adults that is a major stressor, is trying to find a ride. And so something simple like a ride share is a great way to start, or a gathering of gals with a common interest or guys who like to crochet or knit. We have a card playing group. They love to get together and play cards. So you really can start small.
So now we're going to talk about not an organization, about an individual that's watching this program and wants to actually tie in to helping youth. That's biblical, isn't it? Not youth, but seniors. That's biblical, isn't it?
100%. Yes. Yes. And again, as I mentioned before, I'm not sure our culture is set up to do that very well. And so that's been our mission too, is just to educate people on, just because someone is later in their years does not mean they cannot contribute and that they don't want to contribute.
This is very interesting. Can we brainstorm for a minute and sort of talk about the individuals that are watching? Some of the things, a list, not just a list, but some of the things you think they can do to take this lesson we're having and make it live in the communities they're listening from.
We have one of our programs is Call and Connect, and we actually take younger adults, maybe even high school kids, and we have them, and they're vetted, of course, and they're trained, but they actually will call an older adult who might be homebound, call them once every other week, and just ask them how things are going. Again, just trying to reduce the social isolation and the loneliness if they know someone is going to check in on them and care about them. And again, doesn't cost anything but a phone call. And so that's one easy, simple way without leaving your house that you could reach out and help an older adult.
Can you think of another one?
Offering rides to where they need to go, connecting them with a church. Some of them, like humans, as they get older, they get a little scared to maybe cross the threshold into a church by themselves. So invite them, walk with them into a club or an agency where they could get involved, because they don't want to do it by themselves.
Hey, I was just thinking about the church because I happen to be a pastor now.
Right.
I was thinking that, those that trust in the Lord and believe in Him, like in John 3:16, they get to go to a real nice place where the aging is reversed. It's called heaven. And if you know an older person that is not going to church, invite them.
Absolutely. Pick them up, give them a ride, and have coffee with them, and just have a conversation.
Yeah, you can even take them to some place like a restaurant or something and drink coffee with them and talk to them. It's like, boy, you're giving me some ideas here, Peg. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. And you can even do that for other older adults. Anybody can.
As long as my wife lets me drive.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah.
Anything else you can think of? I got one. You can start this one because Mark has a dog business. Do pets play a role with senior citizens?
Oh, pets. There are older adults who would love a well-trained companion, if it's a dog or even a cat. But they have to have the ability to take care of it. But I think the general population could help with that immensely.
That sounds really good. How about outside activities? Can you do anything to get them moving?
Yeah, we have we call it a walking group. And we go to this trail in a nearby township and we take maybe 10, 12 people. Some of them can only walk a quarter mile. Some of them can walk a mile, but they're out there walking. And when you're walking, you're engaged and you're having conversation and you're talking about what you might do the next day. Because exercise, as we know, that definitely negates some of the effects of aging. So we try to hit all areas: nature and exercise and arts and crafts. So for sure.
Man, you're sort of talking about things that hit me real hard. That because we all need physical contact with other people, don't we?
Yes, if somebody is socially isolated, it can be as damaging as smoking 18 cigarettes a day if they never talk to anybody during the week. The health detriments are immense.
So just talking to somebody would help. Visiting somebody would help. I used to do funerals, and the one thing I always used to say is, don't make this visitation program, this funeral, the last time you see the person who died. If somebody's elderly, make sure you're in contact and ask them how they're doing for a lot longer than just the hour it takes to go to their funeral. Am I saying it right?
That's great advice. That's great. Great reminder for all of us.
And you have your own goal to make. You've got a mother that's in her 90s, right?
That's correct.
And you got me who can't walk.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you can't contribute.
Yeah, they can do so many things to help other people.
Yeah.
Any other advice that you have?
No, not that I can think of right now. It comes down to being a good human and caring about others. And it goes back to that Bible verse.
Share that verse with us again, will you?
Yeah. It is so in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Matthew 7:12.
Did you hear that? Someday, all of you that are watching today, every single one of you, if you're young, I praise God. But someday, unless something takes you away earlier, you're going to be in a position where you're older, and we're living longer and longer.
Yes.
Than we ever did before. And you may remember these words in this program at that time. It might hit you right in the heart as you think about that you had a chance when you were younger to help some older person. And now you need the help. Did I say that right, Peg?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got to, like I said, be a good human, and we can't underestimate what our older adults need in terms of just personal contact. And it doesn't have to be lengthy, but finding ways to engage them, help them contribute, and connect.
We as Christians should take this very seriously.
Yes.
And the reason we take it seriously is that society doesn't. It's real funny on television when they make fun of older people.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at other cultures around the globe, I mean, we don't do a very good job with older adults.
But you can start today.
Mm-hmm.
Have Peg Mathis inspire you. Tomorrow, to do your homework is to do something nice for a senior citizen. A telephone call, walk with them, visit them. If you hear this program or hearing these words, I'm giving you that as an assignment. And you're a superintendent, right? You were a superintendent of schools.
I was, yes. Yes.
And you would tell your students that same thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if I had to go back and do it over again, I would make more intergenerational programming happen.
Yeah, and I would too. I did teach senior programs, did have seniors come in,
Sure.
even have a program that I took 18-year-olds and made it a chance for them to have community service in nursing homes.
That's great.
And the people there need it. They need it.
Yes.
And the younger you are, the more they appreciate you coming.
For sure.
How do we do tonight, Peg? Do you think we gave a call to help people? And do you want to say something and urge people today to do what you did for all those years?
Yeah, I think it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to just reach out and make someone's day and let them know that they're valued. That's all people want.
Boy, I really enjoyed having you on our program today. And I am proud to call you my daughter-in-law.
Well, thank you. It's pretty cool having you as a father-in-law as well.
On a path where the stories collide, David Mathis brings truth as our guide. From every walk of life and point of view, every voice here has wisdom for you. Lessons for life echo loud and clear, faith and love in every word we hear. Through the struggles, the triumphs, the fight, we find the light. And lessons for life. Santa speaks of joy